Hey everybody, welcome to WCAX. This is our live desk streaming show kicking off every day at 9:15. Today, we're talking all about TikTok. And before we jump into your story this week, the algorithm has got me. It's sunk its claws into me, and I fear that it knows me too well.
Yeah, so when you say it knows you too well, what kind of things is it advertising to you?
Even stuff I don't even think I want. Like, these are products like catered to what everything is. Like, I have an electric screwdriver. Like, I'm not really I'm not doing a lot of work around my apartment.
Right.
That put it that way.
Yeah, I can't say I'm on electric screwdriver talk, but I...
Yeah, what do you get on yours?
Yeah, I definitely do get supplements advertised
Supplements,
to me.
yeah.
I haven't bought anything off of
Yes.
TikTok Shop, though, because I'm a little bit hesitant there.
Yeah.
But I get those. I know, like, earlier in the summer, there was a trend going around of, like, this canvas tote bag that everyone was advertising. Like, they were coming up, like, every third video. That was making me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely some weird targeted advertising on there.
Yeah, and that kind of spurs into our next part. I know you mentioned the supplements, and for the story you did this week, which is TikTok and Gen Z's kind of Gen Z people, us, kind of going into looking to them for help, for specifically health help, mental health help, and the like. So I know you sat down with a psychiatrist here and kind of talk about what his patients were saying as far as people looking at TikTok and stuff like that. So what did kind of share some of that with us?
Yeah, so this was Steven Schlossman of UVM, and he said that over half of the people who walk into his office, these are children patients, walk in, and within a couple of minutes, they're showing him some video they saw on social media, including TikTok, where they're like, I feel like these, symptoms sort of fit what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Or, here's this person telling their story. I relate to this so much. So he was saying, once he kind of breaks down some of those barriers and starts talking with them, they're very quick to share that they are going to social media to self-diagnose or just sort of, try to find some sort of commonality with people who might be experiencing similar symptoms.
Yeah, and you referenced, I think, a study as well, too. It was like a percentage that was more than half of people saying that they did that.
56% of Gen Zers, so you and I, say that they go to TikTok for health advice.
Yeah.
And then it was like 1 in 3 say that it's their main source of health advice. And another 1 in 3 say, the health advice I get off of TikTok, I don't even fact check. I'm just taking that at face value.
Yeah.
So that's really where this psychiatrist was saying, like, that's where the problem lies. It can be great to go on TikTok or another social media platform and sort of, test the waters, see what's out there, start to learn. But if the road stops there and you don't do any more research, that's when you can sort of fall into those traps.
Yeah, I think it's one thing to buy an electric screwdriver, a tote bag, something like that, where it's okay. Maybe you're wasting your money, or maybe this product's not too well. But when it comes down to your health and your well-being,
putting in your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you spoke to I think you were out on Church Street at some point, and you were talking to a few people buying supplements off TikTok too.
Yeah, this one girl I spoke with who goes CVM said that she, had gotten so many ads for this one supplement, and it's people who are around her age who are saying, oh my gosh, this works so well for me. They're able to sort of testify on the supplement's behalf. And after a couple of ads, it finally convinced her.
Yeah.
And she said, once she took it, she was sort of convinced, whether that was placebo or not, that, this is actually helping my energy. She's telling her friends. So that's how you see that cycle continue.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also one thing, too, you see someone who's really fit on TikTok, and they're like, oh my God, this, just changed my life and all that kind of stuff, and you're apt to believe them, and you see that so often scrolling through. I'm almost afraid to see my screen time sometimes with stuff like that.
I know, when I get that notification every week, I just look
it away. But really interesting stuff, and of course, I think the big takeaway here is, especially from what you heard from the psychiatrist, is just get that second opinion, get that expert advice, especially when you're doing that, because a lot of people are on it, and I think it's not going to go away.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. And definitely with the school year right around the corner.
Actually,
he said that a lot of psychiatrists, psychologists see a major uptick in the number of patients who are there, because there's a lot of stress that can come with getting back into school. And if you are feeling more of those symptoms, you might be more likely to go to a social media platform like TikTok, get more of those, targeted ads and start feeding into all that. So that's why it's really important this time of year to be paying attention, getting those second opinions.
Yeah, no, absolutely, of course. And I think one little tidbit I'll add to is that actually in your story was my For You page. Real short and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was
have
pretty
fun
lame.
in a minute watching through and seeing.
Yeah, you'll
what
see
your
my
show is.
hands and I think the
Yeah.
carpet below my desk at one
There you
point.
go.
So
Yeah,
but
just look for a screwdriver.
screwdriver and I guess spoilers to every movie that's out right now. I think I've spoiled most of the new Wolverine movie for myself and
There you go.
Twisters.
Yeah, you can watch an entire movie through TikTok.
Yeah.
Or what feels like it.
Don't recommend that, by the way. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely out there. But thanks for stopping by, Sophia. Of course, we'll pop this up in just a second. Again,
Let's do it.
Get off your phones too. Sometimes maybe go outside, touch some grass.
We're both going to be on our phones in about
Yep.
5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
Thanks for having me. Talking
thanks for
TikTok.
stopping by.
It only takes a few minutes for one of child psychiatrist Steve Schlossman's patients to mention mental health advice they saw on their phone.
But if I ask, I said, hey, have you ever spent any time online? Knowing the answer is probably yes. And have you gotten worried or have you become concerned or even just happy that you found out something that's going on with you? Tell me about that. Then the number's actually pretty high. It's at least
Schlossman estimates at least half of his patients are finding and often buying into health advice through social media.
these influencers are really good, and that tied with the algorithm gives what they say a lot more mileage.
Influencers on TikTok have special sway. A recent survey from personal trainer app ZingCoach found that 56% of Gen Z use TikTok for health advice, with 1 in 3 saying it's their main resource.
Here's how I warm up for different
Local Gen Zers say they are part of the fervor.
And we use it for context about everything else we do in our lives, so it makes sense that we would also do it for health.
Videos, I feel like you get the quick snippet of what you want to know or what you want to know about.
It's examples of people who have experienced things, I guess, and I want to see that side rather than just reading, I guess, a fact sheet.
Seeking health advice through social media isn't entirely bad. Schlossman says it can be a good resource as long as you fact check.
And this is actually one of the most fun parts of my job. Like the kids come in and they tell you this stuff and you get to sort of say, hey, I'm glad you're telling me. This makes sense, this doesn't make sense, so now let's figure out what we're dealing with.
With the return to school around the corner, Schlossman says many teens will struggle with the transition and look online for solutions.
The algorithms are such that they know if you're going back to school, and they know that kids going back to school tend to be anxious about it. They're going to start feeding you that stuff.
And speaking of TikTok, Peter, what is your, or just really social media in general, what is your For You page catering to you these days? Yeah.
Feel like a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything?
Yeah.
I just pulled mine up, and I just got a pre-recorded movie, which I definitely copyright infringement. Another one of those. Pasta recipes.
Oh, I get a lot of those.
And yeah, just a lot of. It's really running the gamut. I didn't see any ads when I just pulled that up, but yeah, but definitely really interesting thing, especially coming out from as far as health, mental health advice goes for this story. But
heading back to school.
Yeah, a little more inoffensive stuff as products and stuff like that may not be the best quality. So the worst comes to worst, you'll get ripped off. But moving forward, maybe that in mind, maybe we should head outside, touch some grass, get off your phones, no more screen time. And it is a beautiful day right now in Rutland.
Yeah, a little hazy there. You can kind of see some of that hazy sunshine once again, and we'll be contending with a bit of that haze. You probably noticed that haze here through the course of the day yesterday. A little bit more haze here in place again through the day today, thanks to some of those wildfires burning off to our north. We'll see a little bit more haze here as we head through the course of the day today. But for now, here's the view on satellite radar. Not a bad start to our day. Again, most of us dealing with some hazy sunshine out there. Visibility, that's greatly improved from from where we were this morning, but some places, especially the Northeast Kingdom, contending with maybe a little bit of patchy, dense fog out there. Otherwise, all that fog beginning to burn off. Here's the view from the Burlington waterfront, looking a bit hazy as we look out towards the Adirondacks right now. 69 degrees right now in the Burlington waterfront. Winds calm, pressure sitting at 30.07 inches and rising. Most of us sitting in the 50s and 60s out there right now. We'll climb back into the upper 70s and low to mid 80s here as we head towards this afternoon. Here's how the day shapes up on Futurecast. Again, plenty of sunshine out there today. Hazy sunshine at that, though. There is the chance that a few showers trying to bubble up here and there through the course of the afternoon and evening hours today, but most of us should stay primarily dry as we head through the course of the day today. Heading into your day on Thursday, I think most of us again start off today with plenty of sunshine out there, but a better chance that a few showers and thunderstorms starting to bubble up here as we head through the afternoon and evening hours for the day tomorrow. Skies clear. We get the sunshine back as we head into the day on Friday. Sunshine sticks around here as we head through the entirety of the day on Friday, but again, as I mentioned, a little bit of that hazy sunshine in place here for the day today. Here's the smoke concentration in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Pretty low, but it'll probably result in a little bit of haze out there. The smoke really begins to rebound and resurge here as we head towards the day on Thursday. Take a look at the high content for all of us, basically all of us in the orange category. I think Thursday shaping up to be a pretty hazy day for a lot of us. It could actually briefly reduce air quality as well, so keep that in mind for any outdoor plans for Thursday. Speaking of Thursday, that's also when the dew points start to creep up even more. Right now we're talking dew points in the mid to upper 50s and lower 60s. They begin to bounce back into the low and mid 60s here as we head towards Thursday and Friday. So it's not becoming really humid by any means, but just becoming a bit more noticeable as we head through the next several days. First, though, your forecast here through the rest of the day today. Daytime highs in the upper 70s, low to mid 80s out there, mainly sunny skies overhead. Chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm here this afternoon. Tonight, overnight lows, they'll fall back into the 50s and 60s again. The chance of a passing rain shower or two here as we head through the course of the night tonight. Better chance of a few showers and thunderstorms here as we head towards tomorrow afternoon. Most of us back into the 80s here for daytime highs for your day tomorrow. Now look at that 7-day forecast. More sunshine for Friday. I think we start off the weekend on Saturday with a good amount of sunshine. However, clouds and rain showers begin to make their return as we head towards Saturday afternoon and into the day on Sunday. Sunday and Monday at this point looking to be the best chance for rain. Some of those showers could also linger into the day on Tuesday. Temperatures here over the next 7, John, really not moving all that much. We're going to be talking temperatures basically on either side of that 80-degree mark here over the next several days.
Yeah, Peter, I think I'd also be remiss too. We have a few fairs this week. The Vermont State Fair, and then
Essex County Fair.
Yes, yep. So a lot of fun for getting outside towards the end of summer, especially kids are getting back to school, and just for some crazy food.
Hard to believe that we're back in fair season already, but we indeed are.
Do you have a good fair food, Peter?
Honestly, my go-to was fried dough. Always.
Fried dough, that's right. Yeah. Fried dough, not funnel cake.
We had this debate on the morning
show. We did. There's like fried dough, funnel cake, and then what, elephant's ear?
Yeah, so...
Elephant's ear? Isn't elephant's toe the Chernobyl? I don't know why I'm bringing that up.
You are
isn't that completely different, though? Yeah, isn't that
right
like
now.
Fallout?
Supposedly there's a difference between all of these things, and we had one of our directors, Will, in our ear this morning trying to explain everything to us, and we were all just like, it's fried dough. Next.
Isn't it just dough? It's just dough. We'll fry it. But yeah, I remember my previous jobs, the best time of year was the fair coverage. You get out there, get some good food.
Exactly.
Corn dog.
Corn dog? Yeah. I haven't had one of those in
I actually had my first corn dog, I think, in college. I never had one. We didn't. Our fare back home was weak. It was not a great one. The food was not up to par. But I think I've had everything about fair food wise since.
Okay. Yep.
So, but anyway, get out to the fair. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Hopefully, as far as the weather forecast goes, not too wet, but you can skirt around.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad weather wise. The wettest days Sunday and Monday.
Absolutely, Peter. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'll have to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, Peter, thank you, and thank you for tuning in for WCA Extra. Of course, you can see Peter and I again at noon, our evening shows, and on WCAX.com. With that in mind, we'll let you guys go, and just get around the rest of your day. Take care.